1. Dreams without goals are just dreams. And ultimately, they fuel disappointment. You can dream big, but if you don't set goals, if you don't have a roadmap, then you're just wishing. Dreams are the blueprint. Goals are the bricks. Point. Encourage the audience to stop romanticizing the dream and start respecting the process. A dream needs structure to stand. 2. Discipline and consistency. That's the price tag. You want to win? Then show up. Every day. Not when it feels good, not when it's convenient. You've got to keep showing up when you're tired, when you're scared, and even when nobody's clapping. Point. Emphasize that success is not about motivation. It's about daily discipline and showing up even when it's hard. 3. Fall forward, not back. You will fail. You will fall. But make sure when you fall forward. Learn from it. Don't run from it. Use failure as fuel. Because playing it safe is the riskiest move you can make. Point. Teach the audience that failure is not the end, it's a classroom. Make every loss a lesson. 4. Ease is a greater threat than hardship. It's not the hard days that kill your dream. It's the easy ones. Comfort will talk you out of greatness faster than struggle ever will. Point. Remind them that pressure creates diamonds. Growth requires discomfort. Chase challenge, not comfort. We live in a world that loves to talk about dreams. People say, chase your dream, live your dream, dream big. But dreaming isn't the hard part. Everybody has a dream. Everybody wants something bigger, something better, something more. That's not rare. What's rare is the discipline to turn that dream into something real. What's rare is the willingness to commit to the grind, day in and day out, with no applause, no attention, and no shortcuts. A dream without a goal is nothing more than a wish, and wishes are weightless. They don't move anything. They don't change anything. But goals, they're heavy. They carry substance. They pull the dream out of the clouds and nail it to the ground. It's easy to fall in love with the dream. It's exciting. It's emotional. It stirs the heart. But if there's no structure, no system, no specific plan, then that dream becomes a source of frustration instead of fuel. You wake up every day wanting something more, but you have no path. And the truth is, the more you dream without direction, the more disappointed you'll feel. Because desire without discipline always leads to disappointment. You can't expect elevation without execution. Think about this. A dream is the vision you see in your mind, but a goal is the action you take with your hands. A dream is abstract. It's the picture on the wall. But goals are practical. They are the steps, the daily habits, the sacrifices you choose when no one is watching. Dreams inspire you. Goals transform you. A dream is a glimpse of the destination. A goal is the map, the compass, and the gas in the tank. Without it, you're just standing still, staring into the horizon, hoping life carries you there. And life doesn't work like that. You don't get to the top of the mountain by talking about the view. You climb it step by step, blister by blister. And each one of those steps is a goal. You don't become great by accident. You become great by deciding what matters, cutting off distractions, and attacking the mission every single day. That's what goals do. They focus your energy. They take your vague desire and make it measurable. They force you to be honest about your work ethic, your time, and your effort. You can say all day, I want to be successful. But until you write it down, break it down, and show up with intention, that success will stay out of reach. See, a dream is what starts the fire, but a goal is what keeps it burning. It's not enough to have passion. You need precision. If you want to be a writer, your goal better be, I will write 500 words a day. If you want to be an entrepreneur, your goal better be, I will learn sales, I will pitch 5 times a week, I will fail and adjust. If you want to be healthy, your goal better be, I will be in the gym 4 times a week. I will stop eating what slows me down. I will rest when needed, but not when tempted. It's not about being perfect, it's about being purposeful. That's what separates those who dream from those who build. A lot of people say they want to change their lives. They want to leave a legacy. They want to make their families proud. They want to break generational patterns. And I believe them. But belief isn't enough. You need a plan. You need structure. You need the courage to sit down with yourself and ask, what am I doing today that gets me closer to where I want to be? Because time will pass, whether you move or not. The question is, will you be ready when the opportunity comes? Will you have the discipline to act when the door opens? Or will you still be dreaming, still hoping, still thinking about what you could be? Nobody drifts their way into greatness. They set goals, they track progress, they adjust the plan when needed, but they keep moving. And it's not glamorous, it's not sexy, it's often lonely. But it's necessary. You don't always get to see the fruit on day one, But if you water the seed every day, if you protect it and feed it and keep showing up, that dream will grow. Not because you hoped it would, but because you worked for it, because you gave it structure, because you respected it enough to build a plan around it. Some people look at the successful and assume they're lucky. That's a mistake. Luck might open the door, but it's the grind that keeps you in the room. It's the goals behind the scenes. It's the routines, the habits, the non-negotiables. Success doesn't show up on its own. It responds to structure, and goals are that structure. They are your proof of commitment. You don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your discipline. And if your discipline isn't locked into clear, achievable goals, then you're just floating. So, stop treating your dream like a fantasy. It's not magic, it's math, it's strategy, it's showing up, it's clarity. Don't just say, I want it. Define it, break it down, timestamp it, hold yourself accountable. If the dream is the destination, then your goals are the vehicle. And the longer you wait to build that vehicle, the longer you'll stand still. You owe it to yourself not just to dream, but to move, to plan, to build, and to keep showing up, whether it's easy or not, because the dream is possible. But only if you respect it enough to set the goals that will take you there. And here's the thing, goals don't have to be massive to be meaningful. You don't need to change your whole life in a day. You just need to move in the right direction, intentionally, consistently. Sometimes we get paralyzed because we want to do everything at once. But greatness doesn't come from leaps. It comes from steps. Small, steady, deliberate steps. The kind of steps nobody claps for. The kind that don't go viral. But those steps are the ones that carry your dream from imagination into reality. You want to write a book? Start with 1 page. You want to start a business? Research for 1 hour a day. You want to change your mindset? Write down 3 things you're grateful for every morning. It's not about waiting until everything is perfect or the stars align. It's about using what you have where you are and starting now. That's how momentum is built. That's how goals are stacked. And every small goal, every win, every effort, it compounds. It creates movement. And movement beats motivation every time. Because motivation will fade. You won't always feel inspired. You won't always feel strong. There will be days when you want to quit. Days when the dream feels too far, too foolish, or too painful. And that's when goals save you. Because goals don't care about your feelings, they care about your future. They remind you what you're committed to, even when the emotions are gone. That's why your goals have to be clear, specific, written down, visible. You can't hit a target you can't see. You can't fight for something vague. Clarity gives you power. It gives you direction. Without it, you'll waste time, energy, and potential. This is why so many people stay stuck. Not because they don't have potential, not because they don't have talent, but because they're waiting for a breakthrough instead of building one. They're dreaming but not developing. They're passionate but not planning. And life doesn't reward good intentions. It rewards execution. Life responds to the work. Life pays the diligent, not just the dreamers. So you have to ask yourself, what's the plan? What's the system? What's the strategy that supports your dream? Where are your deadlines? Where's your discipline? Where's your focus? You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to broadcast every move, but you do need to be serious about it. You do need to build it like it matters, because it does. Your dream is tied to your purpose. And your purpose doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone connected to you. Your family, your community, the people watching, waiting, hoping you make it so they believe they can too. So don't let your dream drift in the clouds. Anchor it, build it, protect it. If it matters to you, then it deserves your structure. It deserves your goals. Because dreams are not self-fulfilling. They are goal-driven. They are work-powered. They are faith-tested. And until you create a framework to support it, you're not chasing a dream, you're just entertaining a fantasy. Every time you set a real goal, you're telling the world, I'm serious about what I said I wanted. And more importantly, you're telling yourself that your future is worth the fight. That your dream is worth the discomfort. That your vision is worth the cost. And when you move like that, when your actions align with your ambitions, there's not a force on earth that can stop you. Because now, it's not just a dream, it's a mission. And missions don't wait for permission, they move with intention. So write it down, map it out, track the progress, make the adjustments, hold the standard, 1 step at a time, 1 goal at a time. The dream isn't going anywhere, but it's waiting for you to catch up. And catching up means taking responsibility. It means refusing to blame circumstances, your upbringing, your resources, or your past. It means owning your time, owning your mindset, and owning the choices you make every day. Because once you decide to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start building with what you've got, you take control. You stop being a victim of delay and start becoming a steward of progress. And that's what goals give you control. Not over everything, but over enough. Enough to make traction. Enough to turn the tide. Enough to change your story. Don't underestimate the power of direction. You might not be able to sprint right now, but if you're walking in the right direction, you're doing more than most. You're moving. That's what a goal does. It keeps your feet to the ground and your eyes on the horizon. It breaks down the overwhelm into manageable pieces. It says, you don't need to do it all right now, but you do need to do something right now. Progress doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Silent effort still wins races. And you have to protect that effort, because distractions will come. Life will try to pull you in 1,000 directions. Social media will flood your mind with other people's progress. Doubt will whisper, you're behind, but your only job is to stay locked into your path. Your only job is to finish what you started. Your only job is to keep setting the next goal and then attacking it with everything you've got. You can't build anything valuable if you keep resetting your foundation every time it gets hard. That's why your goals have to be rooted in discipline, not emotion. Because discipline doesn't ask how you feel, it reminds you what you said. It doesn't wait for motivation, it creates motion. When your goals are clear, they become your guide, your fuel, and your protection. They keep you from wasting time. They keep you from getting comfortable. They pull you back when you drift. They remind you that this dream, this purpose, it matters too much to leave up to chance. And maybe the most important thing to remember is this: nobody else is going to do it for you. People can cheer for you, inspire you, support you, but nobody can put in the reps. Nobody can make the decision for you. Nobody can walk your path. That's on you. And you have what it takes. But belief without a blueprint is wasted. That's where goals come in. They are your proof that you're serious. They are the signal that you're not just talking about it anymore, you're about it. So don't wait. Don't postpone progress in the name of perfection. Don't keep looking at the mountain and calling it impossible. Lace up, set your sights. Pick the first rock to climb, and when you reach it, set the next one, and the next one. Because eventually, if you keep going, if you keep honoring your dream with goals, you'll look up and realize you're not at the bottom anymore. You're not just dreaming anymore, you're building, you're becoming, and that's what it's all about. And becoming doesn't happen all at once. It's not a spotlight moment or a social media post. It's not loud, it's not flashy. Becoming happens in the quiet places. In the early mornings when no one's awake, in the late nights when your body is tired but your vision is louder than your excuses. It happens in the decisions you make when no one's looking, in the hours spent refining, adjusting, repeating. That's the territory where goals live. That's where they do their work. The difference between a dreamer and a doer isn't talent. It's not luck. It's not even intelligence. It's consistency. It's doing the thing when it's hard, when it's boring, when it doesn't seem to be working. Dreams excite people, but goals test people. You can dream all day about being fit, being wealthy, being fulfilled, but until you create habits that line up with that dream, it's nothing but a feel-good fantasy. A goal, on the other hand, confronts you. It demands something from you. It asks, are you really about what you say you're about? And maybe that's why most people stop at the dream, because goals come with pressure. They come with sacrifice. They make you face your laziness, your fear, your patterns. But pressure isn't a problem. Pressure is a privilege. It means you're aiming at something bigger than comfort. And if you can embrace that pressure, if you can stop running from what's hard and start running toward what's meaningful, the game changes. Suddenly, you're not chasing comfort, you're chasing legacy. Legacy isn't built in grand moments. It's built in grind moments. It's built when you do what you said you'd do, even when the feeling is gone. It's built when your goals are stronger than your excuses. When your purpose is louder than your problems. When your habits are more consistent than your emotions. That's what goals train you to do. They give your dream legs. They give it a spine. They turn your maybe one day into this is happening now. And yes, there will be setbacks. There will be delays. There will be seasons where it feels like everything is fighting against you. That's not the moment to quit. That's the moment to recommit. That's when your goals become your anchor. That's when they remind you, this isn't just about achievement. This is about growth, about resilience, about becoming someone who doesn't just dream of change but embodies it. Every goal you set and stick to, even the small ones, adds another brick to the foundation. Every promise you keep to yourself rebuilds your confidence. Every plan you execute sharpens your character. That's why this work matters, not just for what it produces, but for who you become in the process. Because you're not just building a future, you're building you, and you can't build you with only intention. You build with decision, with repetition, with goals that demand effort and elevate your standard. So, if the dream matters to you, prove it. Don't just talk about it. Don't just post about it. Move like it's already yours and set the goals that get you there. Because the difference between the life you want and the life you have is the strategy you choose to close the gap. And that strategy, that's goals. That's the grind. That's the daily decision to align what you do with what you say. No more vague hoping, no more emotional wishing. Take your dream seriously enough to turn it into a mission. Take that mission seriously enough to turn it into steps. Clear, focused, unapologetic steps. That's how dreams are built. That's how purpose is fulfilled. That's how you stop chasing and start creating.